You cover women's basketball on the college level, on the professional level, and for many years, you guys said you wanted some more attention. Well, how you like it now?
This is like finally having like a home and a backyard big enough to entertain more people. And then the new people that show up to the party show up with pitchforks. And you're like, ooh, never mind. This was bad. I should have curated this list a little better. The second that you show love to anybody not named Caitlyn Clark, you are part of, some constituency that's trying to keep her contributions at a minimum, and you're racist, and we get a lot of that. It's no wonder that the W coverage is all Black women, because you're all in it together to try to keep her down. It's just, you're kind of damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Instead of hot takes that are like, Brianna Stewart's never going to win another championship, or Nafisa Collier's better than Maya Moore. Like, instead of those kinds of hot takes, the hot takes solely and explicitly surround all of these Black women versus Caitlyn Clark. And to have someone come in who has been amazing for the game, for the sport, of her own volition, worked really hard in Caitlyn Clark, but to have this group of people come in and immediately invalidate the contributions of all of these women before her simply because they don't know, that's what's been frustrating, So yes, people are going to talk about it more, but oh my God, please just educate yourself so that you can have bad takes that involve basketball and not bad takes that send racism and misogyny into the timelines of these women. It's unfair.
Everybody.
Took some overtime to get the time right. Had to lose a little mind to get my mind right. Finally realized, but in hindsight, you wanted the limelight. Me priority never once. You kept close but never really wasn't. I accept your lack of focus, agree with all your choices. Needed you to need me, needed you to see me. Until I found the right direction, I think my reflection would agree. Had to find the me in me.
The Short Sport by King David Jordan.
Oh, Elle Duncan is at it again. Oh, she's at it again. This time she took another shot at Caitlyn Clark fan base, and the reaction was swift and intense. Thank you so much. Join us right here on the King Joe Show as we break down Elle Duncan's latest comments, the heated response from Caitlyn Clark's lawyer supporters, and the ongoing debate in the sports world. Did Elle cross the line, or is she just speaking her mind? Let's dive into the details and see how Caitlyn Clark fans are standing up for their star and themselves. Y'all know who it is. It's Katie. It's the King Joe Show. Tell everybody he's back. He's back. The bat symbol's up. Let's go.
Stay down.
Turn the music up. Let's turn it.
Stay down.
Yeah, I feel better. Y'all, I'm your host, KDJ, King David Jordan. Man, listen. Go for your goals. Don't let everybody stop you from getting your goals. Guess why? You know why? Because success looks fantastic. And I mean fantastic. On you. It looks phenomenal. And if you don't know, man, now you know. Now you know. It's an amazing time to be alive. Thank you guys for watching. If you don't mind hitting the like and subscribe button, we have a phenomenal show for you today. Elle Duncan is back in the news. That's right, she's back in the news. And she's talking again. And she went on the Bomani Jones Right Time podcast. What's up, Dave? How you doing? She went on the Bomani Jones Right Time podcast to once again cast aspersions on Caitlyn Clark fans. She went on and once again stereotyped Caitlyn Clark fans as none other than ignorant imbeciles that are racist, chauvinistic, and the people that you don't want at your barbecue. And we've been talking all season, and recently we've been talking this entire WNBA season about the Caitlyn Clark phenomenon, the fact that she's super duper duper popular, and the fact that she has She has grown this WNBA league. And the excitement that so many Caitlyn Clark fans have felt, and the excitement that the fandoms, Caitlyn Clark herself, the Indiana Fever, have brought to the WNBA has been insurmountable, has been incredible. And for some reason or another, at every opportunity, now think about the greatness that Caitlyn Clark fans have been responsible for this year at the W. Think about the growth in revenue, the growth in viewership, the growth in popularity, the growth in eyeballs, the growth in attendance, the growth in merch sales. All this is largely predicated, not all the way, but mostly predicated on the one and only, the queen, none other than Queen Caitlyn Elizabeth Clark. But this is the problem that we have here. Because even though it's been a largely positive situation with Caitlyn coming to the WNBA, it seems that the media, certain players, certain constituents of this league only wants to continue to focus on the negative. And they only want to continue bringing up things and agendas and narratives in a negative point of view. And the crazy thing is, a lot of times when they bring up this negativity and they bring up these negative agendas and they bring up these different stuff, the crazy thing is, the first thing they want to do is turn around and point fingers at us. They want to point fingers at the fans and say that we're being divisive. They want to point fingers at the Clarkies and say we're being racist. They want to point the finger at us and say, hey, you guys are the reason the WNBA isn't successful. And the more that we pay attention and the more we sit here and we listen, we see the narratives that the media continuously brings forth. And once again, if you really, really think about it, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, excuse me. If you really, really, really think about it, if you really pay attention to the narrative that they're often trying to portray, it's always the same thing. It's always, and I told you last video, I did a couple videos ago. I said, hey, whenever someone says, as a black person, as a black woman, as a black man, or if they bring race, as a Hispanic American, as a Caucasian white man, well, let's start with that. They try to instruct. They try to teach you something. It's come with some type of instruction or some type of criticism that follows. You know? So if you hear King says, well, as a black man, I'm trying to educate you on something from the black perspective. If I hear Dave say, as a white man, he's trying to educate me and tell me the perspective of a white man. And like we've heard all throughout this WNBA season, we've been hearing as a black woman. And Elle Duncan went on the Bomani Jones show and spoke and tried to educate us on how she saw things as a black woman. And this is the thing, right? And I agree, Dave. It's not all of them. It's not every last one of them. It's the select few. But the select few that continuously talk, it seems as if the media wants to amplify what the select few is saying. It seems as if the media wants to keep curtailing and keep bringing up what the few are saying. And to be honest with you, it's really, as someone that's worked in journalism for a while, for years, I don't want to tell my age, but y'all can see the little salt and pepper in my hair. But someone that's worked in journalism for years, it's really, really, it's an easy form of journalism. Breaking up race is an easy form of creating a story. It's one of the most it's one of the most interesting and one of the most controversial things, especially considering the history of race in this country. It's one of the most things that you could get very, very convoluted. It can get very convoluted, and it can be very nuanced in storytelling, and it makes it easier to develop plots. It makes it easier to capture an audience. It makes it easier to put people on different sides. It's really kind of, as someone that works in journalism, it's really kind of like a can't miss. It's kind of easy. It's kind of easy. And normally when they don't have a lot of talking points, the first thing they bring up is race. Now, other than race, if they don't have a lot of talking point, what they bring up next? The first thing they start bringing up now is misogyny. Right? Especially dealing with women. And don't have race and misogyny, then all of a sudden you're getting someone like Elle Duncan starting her sentence off as a black woman in sports, misogynistic sports, this is the perspective I'm trying to educate you on. And this is the thing I want to tell you guys. She's wrong. She's wrong. She not only is she wrong, she's ignorantly wrong. And I'm gonna tell you why she's wrong. And not only she's wrong, she's kind of been an elitist when what she's talking about is kind of an elitist attitude that she's throwing out there. What you mean, King? Because what Elle Duncan keeps saying is saying, well, what a lot of these guys, Bomoni Jones, Elle Duncan, Stephen A. Smith, all these people that that work in journalism, trust me, I know. What they're trying to say is, we know a little bit more than you because we covered the game. Now, it's different if you actually played the game. It's different if you play it on a professional level. You can provide certain insight that other people can't provide. All right? But some kind of way, they've elevated Elle Duncan to a place of being equal as an analyst as somebody like Stephen A. Smith or somebody like Shannon Sharp who actually has experience playing in the NFL. When the truth be told, what we're doing on YouTube, and I appreciate Mitch for doing what he did, a lot of us on YouTube, we're actually being better journalists than the people that you see on TV. A lot of the YouTube journalists, and that's really what they are, but they try to put us content creators, and, you know, because they talk about the takes. She talks about the people that cover the sport. She talks about the people. She's throwing shots at the content creators. Y'all got to read between the lines. Y'all got to read between the lines. And it's funny because, Elle Duncan, you are on you on YouTube. It's funny because the major sports people have come here, the major sports analysts, the Stephen A's, the Shannon Sharps, all the people that's on TV now have infiltrated the podcast and the vodcast vlogs sphere. All you guys have entered our domain. And then you want to turn around and throw an elitist like, if you're going to cover it, if you're going to do takes, know what you're talking about. And that's why I'm glad somebody like Mitch sat there and just named every starting lineup of every team in the WNBA, something that she probably couldn't do. There are people like Coach, there are people that are breaking down these games as content creators that are breaking down the situation. And because real talk, that wasn't just a diss at Caitlyn Clark fans. Go back and listen to what she's talking about. That was a diss at content creators. She just used Caitlyn Clark fans to diss content creators. So she basically dissed two set groups of people. Caitlyn Clark fans and content creators. Boy, I feel a boycott of Elle Duncan show coming. And it's kind of elitist attitude because she, she got a degree, she went to school, she put the work in, she's been doing all this, blah, 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 blah. Portland, Oregon in the building. What's up, Michael? Thank you, Michael, for watching. Dave, thanks for being there. Thank you guys for watching. Please get the hit the like and subscribe. Somebody hit me up today. They said, "King, you're not on enough. You need to be on more." I agree, but I'm like Batman. I might not be out there every day fighting crime, but when you need me, you'll see the bat signal going on. I might not be out there every day, but when you need me, when you need a superhero, the bat signal goes up. And when we see stupidity going forth and ignorance going forth like Miss Duncan just talked about today, the bat signal had to go up. Because what she did was she tried to lump once again, she stereotyped all the Indiana fans, all the Caitlyn Clark fans as one group with the extremists on one side and the extremists on the other side. He said Two-Face. Two-Face. All right. She stereotyped all of us as being ignorant, didn't follow the league until Caitlyn got here, didn't follow Caitlyn until the last year of her school. She stereotyped all of us together. Caitlyn Clark content creators, Caitlyn Clark fans. She put us all, lumped us all together. And I'm one of the ones that have benefited, as has her show, as has her segment. We've benefited off of talking about Caitlyn Clark and giving our perspectives on Caitlyn Clark. And all our perspectives have not been racist. All our perspectives have not been misogynistic. And she did not do a great job of let's play it again, because I want to see if she clarifies who she's talking about like Caitlyn did. Caitlyn got up and said, hey, you guys, they're trolls or they're really, really good fans. We appreciate the real fans. That's not what Elle Duncan, this is not what the media has been saying all year. Play that clip again. Play it again.
You covered women's basketball on the college level, on the professional level, and for many years, you guys said you wanted some more attention. Well, how you like it now?
This is like finally having like
See, we have to stop it right there, right? We have to stop it right there. Because when we listen to her say that and make that statement right there off the rip, off the muscle, right? She's equating us to demons, little devils. Let me say this. Remember we talked at the end of the Suns game, Connecticut Suns game, and Alyssa Smith got up there and talked about Indiana fans? And it became a big media story in Indiana fans to the tune. And I came on and I said, and for the whole week, WNBA, they put out that big thing about not discriminating against their players. That the racist. We would not tolerate racism. And then next thing you know, the WNBA PA came out with this thing going after a journalist talking about she was being racist and asking crazy questions and all this. Y'all remember when all that was going down? And KD came on, I came on, King Joe came on, I said, listen, man, those ratings are going to be terrible. Those ratings are going to be bad. And I said, the people in the league and the people covering the league are going to have to change before the league can grow. Oh, wrong side. Yeah, I had it right. No, this right. Yeah, bring it up. This way. The people in the league are going to have to change their views because there's no way that you're going to have the surplus of the growth the major surplus of the growth, sit there and continue to support you, and you villainize them as demons, as devils. And see, this is the thing that Elle Duncan doesn't understand, right? The fans, and I think she does. But this is what the WNBA has shown to understand. The fans, the people who support, watch, who buy the goods of the advertisers, the fans dictate your shows. The fans. Right? And when you lose over 1 million fans, call a spade, millions of fans that drop off, it's more than just one player not playing. She tried to say, and everybody been talking about all the WNBA ratings have been amazing. They've been straight. They've been like 900,000. Did they go over 1 million yet? Somebody put it in the chat. Have they gone over 1 million yet? 1 million viewers? Now, we know the finals last year did, 844,000? So you're talking about maybe a surplus of 100,000 fans? With Caitlyn Clark, Angel Reese, Cameron Brick, all these rookies that have come on this year, you mean to tell me your viewership has only grown 100,000? You mean to tell me they've only grown a little bit? Right? You mean to tell me out of everything that happened, you mean to tell me it only grew a little bit? It's a small bit expeditiously. You haven't touched it. They say y'all haven't touched the meal since Caitlyn left. Because most fans did like me. We just checking on the box scores. We'll turn in when we're not watching something else. We'll flip back and forth. Oh, okay. I'm good. And for some kind of way, you guys have turned that into, and y'all haven't, once again, Elle Duncan, you work for ESPN. The WNBA is a partnership with ESPN, and you come in once, and this is what I don't understand about, you come in once again, and you're dissing Caitlyn Clark fans. You're dissing the surplus of viewership on your station. And you're calling them racist and devils. And ignorant. Where does that make sense? Somebody tell me that knows business. Where do you get off dissing your fan base? And you actually said that we were devils, that you rather would not be there. You wish they were not there. Listen to what she says. Go back. You show up with pitchfork. We're devils now. We're racist, misogynist, ignorant, and now we're devils? And you didn't invite us to the barbecue. We came and gave it another shot. And she made all excuses. I'm not going to play the whole video. She made all these excuses. We didn't know that the league was physical. Yes, we did. That's why we don't watch it. Nobody wants to watch football on the basketball court. If you don't believe me, ask why David Stern made the changes around 91, 90s, 91. Ask why now it's more free-flowing and more exciting than ever. Because he understood. And let me and just so Miss Elle Duncan, Miss Edie, and Reptile Dysfunction Duncan, let me tell you. Ooh, that was nice. That was nice. That was off top. That was off the top now. Miss Edie, Understand this. The reason why, since we don't know and we're ignorant, the reason why they made changes to the sport in the NBA is because folks were saying it was too low and they didn't want an 88 to 80, 76 game. Scoring is more important. Let me educate you, Miss ED. L dysfunction. Let me educate you a little bit more. The reason that they wanted to have more scoring and be more fluid and action was why? For women. Let me educate you a little bit more, Miss ED. Your number one demographic, a supporter of the WNBA coming into this season, were men. Women only watched y'all 3% were rabid fans of the WNBA. Only 3%. Only 3%. So the vast majority of people that supported the WNBA were men. What made the NBA more popular and crossed over was making it more fluid, making the game less physical so you can see more skill and have more exciting games to attract women. That's just, but see, we're the ignorant ones though. We don't know basketball. We don't know basketball. A large constituents, let's go, Dave. I'm glad you brought that up, Dave. A large constituents of Caitlyn Clark fans just happen to be black men. So black men are being racist towards black women? I just don't think so. This is what this is what we're trying. Oh, they're just trying to they think they're targeting Caitlyn. They're not targeting. They're just like we said in the beginning of the year. You're not listening. You're only wanting to perpetuate a certain group of people. I know I said personally at the beginning of the year, y'all know what they're doing to Caitlyn Clark? They're hazing her. You know why they don't want to use the word hazing? Because it's illegal. It's illegal. They're testing. They're using every word except what it really is. It's hazing. If we play this, I played college football. I know what hazing is. I know. That's how as soon as I saw it, I was like, they're hazing her. Not only are they hazing her, the refs are hazing her too. It's a rookie hazing. It's an initiation into the WNBA fraternity. It's hazing. It's all it is. Call it what it is if you're going to call it. And we was not just going off on people. We were going off on people. We wasn't going off just because of physical play with Caitlyn Clark. Oh, they're just going off because physical play with Caitlyn Clark. No, we're going off on plays that we were fearful would hurt her. We was going off on cheap shots. Kennedy Carter, I was just call her Kennedy because that's what everybody knew her as before she hit Caitlyn Clark. Kennedy Carter cheap shot at Caitlyn Clark. That's why she got the vitriol. What was the young girl in Chicago that had that came back that couldn't walk and she came back? I think she fought cancer. We didn't just go after her. We just go, oh, she has cancer, so that's the one we're gonna go at. We went after her because she cheap shot at Caitlyn Clark. We did, we felt she cheat shot her 3 times. She just didn't get the ire. Y'all act like they just got the ire of the vitriol from Caitlyn Clark fans because they're black women. No, they got the ire because we saw how they played her. But once again, this is why people are coming more to the social media. This is why people like Hillary Clinton, I saw Kerry. I ain't seen Kerry since he lost to I ain't seen John Kerry since he lost to Bush. John Kerry. This is what all of them been saying. They want us to hush on social media because we get to paint the narratives. And this is really not Elle Duncan. This ain't really even for you no more. I'm talking to my other content creators. Don't stop. Get it. Get it. Thanks, Dave. We're sitting there. You talking about when they don't talk about basketball. We sat here for a whole year talking about how this league was trash and how the officials are a direct reflection that this league is horrible. Before they play, we talked about the fact that Caitlyn Clark is only making $70,000, $75,000 this year. During the year, please, Indiana Fever fan, please put in the chat, what was the one word that starts with a P that we kept saying that Christy Size refused to let the Indiana Fever play with? What was the biggest issue we had with Christy Size this year? Please put in the chat, if you're an Indiana fan, what's the word that we kept saying? It's one word with a P that we kept saying that Christy Size keeps stopping Indiana from playing with. Anybody know? I'll wait. I know it's a little delay, so I'll wait. Please put in the chat, what was the word that we kept getting mad at Christy Size about with how the Indiana Fever played? But you let some people tell it. We wasn't talking about basketball and the X's and O's and what was going on the court. Everything, majority of the stuff that we brought up was stuff that we were seeing off the basketball court. The cheap shots happened on the basketball court. The horrible officiating, that's a part of the basketball court. That's right, pace. The pace of the Indiana Fever was what we kept getting mad at Christy Size and said, well, they got to play with pace. They got to play. That's X's and O's. The problem is every time we criticize something and we make critical, we say, hey, the refs aren't calling those fouls. That's affecting the outcome of the games. Caitlyn should have got like 10 free throws and she only has 3. And we lost by 8. But you know what you say? Because we bring it up. They're just Caitlyn Clark fans and they're racist. They hate the WNBA because it's black women. All these black women are raw. We love the Fisa Collier. Oh, she's not black enough. I'm sorry. And then when we rooted against other teams, we were racist for rooting against other teams. You guys made Aja Reese Caitlyn Clark's #1 nemesis. So when they played it, we said we wasn't rocking with Aja Reese, we were rocking with Caitlyn as Caitlyn fans. Now we're racist. But you guys made her our #1 nemesis. She was the one talking about, I'll be the villain. You guys kept perpetuating race and saying, Aja Reese should be a Rookie of the Year candidate. And we looking at you guys like, are you retarded? Have you guys even been paying attention? That's the worst take. That's the worst take in the WNBA. She shoot 15% for threes and less than 50% for the field as a power forward. Please tell me once where I'm wrong. I know I'm right because the doggone WNBA commissioner got up and said, "Oh man, and listen, you got to have a rivalries. The rivalry between Angel Reese and Caitlyn Clark." And then y'all got mad and said, "No, it's not rivalry. You used the wrong R word. It's racist." That's what you guys did. Y'all went at your own commissioner and said that she used the wrong R word. And you wonder why people like, I'm good. You know what? Listen, when I go up here and I start talking politics, people get upset and be like, you know what, kid, we came here for sports. Now, I'm about to do a political show, probably come to this. Probably tonight. I might do a political show tonight because we do need to talk some politics. We here to talk about sports. But every time we turn around, the WNBA is throwing something in our face political. And it's normally against what the masses deem as acceptable. But they have that right. They really do. And people have a right to be like, nah, I ain't gonna support it. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you for watching the King Joe Show. Please hit the like and subscribe. And people have a right to say, I'm not going to support it. But for you to come and you to try to stereotype all Caitlyn Clark fans and say that the league is better. She literally said right now that the league is better with less viewership. I've never heard that before in my life. You lost over 1 million viewers. Close to 2. 3.5 and y'all had hit 9? Y'all haven't hit 1 million? At peak, you lost almost 2 million viewers. This is listen, Elle Duncan. We gotta bring you to the front of we gotta bring you to the front of the city to talk to the citizens. This is the stuff what I kept telling y'all. This is the stupid stuff that keeps coming out of people's mouths, and it hurts the league more than it helps the league. I honestly think I don't think she really cares if she helping the league or not. But I honestly think she's trying to talk from a positive standpoint, but you're hurting the league. Can I put it in media terms, Elle Duncan? When you sit here with this narrative, you probably should wrap it up. You should wrap it up. Because eventually, that vitriol is going to hit you. It's going to come to your door. And when people start really, really going against Elle Duncan, right now, ABC, ESPN, they still kind of agenda driven, but they noticing them numbers dropping. They noticing that. I heard somebody said they just signed Cam Newton. I don't know if that's true or not. Is that true? Is that official? I didn't look that up. To talk football. ESPN is looking for cats like King Joe. They're going to eventually look for cats like Ben, Mitch, Coach, Cheryl. They're looking for personalities. They're looking for personalities. And it works, because guess what? We're talking, y'all see her face on the screen. You get us talking about you. I was off enjoying life. I saw this, I said, this gotta be ridiculous. Any other favorite fan ain't even watching you guys right now. All thing we be talking about is the ratings. We be laughing at the ratings. And that's what we be like. We be like, yep, we try to tell y'all. Wasn't watching that when Caitlyn got out. They're like, oh, the ratings are growing. Expedition. Y'all didn't hit 1 million viewers. But we're doing football, and Caitlyn went dead against football. The opening. I hear you, Michael. I didn't even got 1 million views. That's the problem is, listen. Problem is, you guys are stuck on the wrong narrative. You need to be pushing these games. You need to be pushing these New York Liberty. New York Liberty is keeping y'all kind of remotely interesting because they're in, one of the major markets in the United States of New York. And New York is thirsty for a champion or something. These are the things that we're continuously talking about. We will continuously talk about. They want to push everything else except what they should be pushing. You better be pushing the games. Because you keep pushing this narrative here, it does not help the game. Now, if it was true, if they were out there, if it was something where it was happening all the time, y'all said there's a death threat with Dejanay. That was bad. We all denounced that. The racial slurs. She tried to talk about the NBA. The NBA, I wish it was a part of NBA social. Do you know NBA social media is horrible too? You know how many times Kevin Durant had to make a whole burner account just to clap back at people for coming at Kevin Durant sideways on when they talk about the NBA. LeBron James literally had the N-word spray painted on his garage at his house. Kyrie Irving just came out the other day and talked about how but guess what? He took accountability. He said, you know what? When you say stuff that you want to say, you got to be ready for that. That your folks have a right to do the same thing. Kyrie Irving said he had to add extra protection and security to his family. Then we found out at the end of the season. Now, this is the crazy thing, right? Everybody else want to keep crying. All these women, Asia Wilson, Dejanay, all these people want to keep crying, but nobody, I didn't hear Caitlyn Clark not one time talk about the extra security that she had to have at her games because she was getting threats. You mean to tell me these these B and C list WNBA stars are being harassed, but Caitlyn Clark ain't being harassed? Your A-list superstar ain't having harassments? And guess what? And I'm going to tell you why the Lynx and the Liberty may do numbers. I just told you. One, because they're in the market, the New York market. It's going to help them do numbers. Because New York, they're really, especially in basketball, they really want a championship in basketball. Was it Villanova was the last one? And they just split up the Villanova Lynx. They just split those up. So listen, they really, really want a championship in basketball. In professional sports. So guess what? They're really, you're going to see Spike Lee at the game. Because they feel like the Liberty represent New York basketball. You're right, VVS. Caitlyn Clark is acting like the veteran. And then when is the media going to stop using Caitlyn Clark's name to foster racism and division? That's the question we need to ask Elle Duncan. When are you guys going to stop using her name and our fans' name to be the example and the poster child of racism and division? Tell us that. Because you've been doing it all season. When are you going to stop? When are you going to stop? Because this is the narrative that you guys keep painting. And the only people who are coming and saying, hey, narrative is trash, are the content creators. And now you guys are trying to attack the content creators and saying that our takes are trash. Listen to him. Now, wait a minute now. They waited a whole month later to say that she's the rookie of the year. They said that when we said she should go to the Olympics, they said that she wasn't strong enough. She couldn't handle the physicality. She couldn't play. She wasn't good enough to be on the team. She wasn't one of the top 12 players. They said that she wasn't. What did Ariema say? She was on the wrong team. She had the wrong type game. That's what you guys try to say. But we're the ones, really. Y'all see how they remind me of the kid. Listen. I was with the kid and the kid. I don't know if y'all had the kids in the class that used to get the you put the paper in your mouth and you blow it to the straw with the spit bubbles. What is it called? Spit bubbles? Or the spitball, whatever it is. Spitballs. They'll blow the spitball and then after they hide it real quick and they start pointing at you. Kane did it. Or they throw something at the teacher. Boom. Ooh, who threw it at the teacher? She did it. That's what the media is right now. That's what the media is. Attack and hide your hand. Attack it. That's what you guys are. We're gonna do the exact thing we're gonna accuse you of doing, but we're actually doing it anyway. Am I muted? She's muted, King. Okay. He said she's muted. Hold on, let me unmute her. Play it. Let's see if we can get her in. Hold on, we'll try to get the. Hold on, let's. All right, so I think. Hold on, let's redo it because I want you guys to hear what she had to say. I want you guys to hear exactly what she's saying. Let's see if we can get it back here. See if we have
basketball
it now.
And
there we go. All right, go back. Listen. I want y'all to hear what she's saying.
when another out of that, it's like a constituency that's trying to keep her contributions at a minimum, and you're racist, and you're, we get a lot of that. It's no wonder that the W coverage is all Black women because you're all in it together to try to keep her down. It's just you kind of
the W coverage isn't all Black women. The stars of the playoffs so far. Can we deal with that first? The stars of the playoffs so far have been equal. And the stars of the playoff have been equal. Right? They've been equal. The stars of the playoffs have been equally Black and white. Marina Mabry was the most exciting player for Connecticut. She was out there busting threes all over the place. Right? And They said y'all said the video still has no. I should have had sound there. The Marina Avery has nothing. She was one of the most spectacular players of the playoffs. Stewie and Sabrina has been outstanding. All right, Kelsey Plum, Asia Wilson. The stars have been both black and white. Let's see if we can hear some more.
Damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Instead of hot takes that are like,
can you hear now? Let me know. Thumbs up if you can hear.
Championship, or Nafisa Collier is better than Maya Moore. Like, instead of those kinds of hot takes, the hot takes solely and explicitly surround all of these black women versus Caitlyn Clark.
And the reason that it's always all these black women versus Caitlyn Clark, right? The reason why is that she's like the narrative should be Stewie versus this person better than Nafisa Collier, or this person. It's all these black women versus Caitlyn Clark. The reason why it's all these black women versus Caitlyn Clark, because you guys kept telling us that Caitlyn Clark wasn't it. You guys kept telling us she wasn't good enough. She couldn't ball. That's what you guys kept, because y'all kept feeding us that she was the what did they have her? The 18th best player in the WNBA. That Angel Reese was neck and neck with Caitlyn Clark as being the best player in the league. I've been the rookie in the league. And we started saying, and we was watching and we was noticing, hey, you guys are wrong. So when you guys brought up the 5 best players, or you brought up the 5 best point guards, and you held Chelsea Gray above Caitlyn Clark, we was like, you guys are stupid. Or you bring up the top rookies in the league, and you have Caitlyn Clark at 6. Yeah, we're going to be like, well, what about Caitlyn? When you talk about the success of viewership, and you talk about success of attendance, and you talk about those things, and you have all these other players up there, and you don't have Caitlyn, and we like, well, wait a minute, hold on now. Wait. Caitlyn Clark has brought the most fans ever. Probably in the last 20 years at least. At least the last 20 years. By herself. Well, what about Angel Reese? Man, Angel Reese was out for the last half month of the season, and the numbers did not go down. They did not go down. I don't even think they went down for Chicago. I'll be honest with you. Angel Reese got hurt. I don't even think their numbers went down for the Sky. I think the Sky numbers stayed consistent. Now we hearing they might get rid of Angel Reese. But we're not worried. You know why? Because they have a Cadosa. I had to sneak it in. You know, all this. We wasn't just screaming, "Oh, Caitlyn Clark," because she was a white girl. We were just screaming because of Caitlyn Clark, because Stewie's white, Sabrina is white, Maria Baby is white, Katie Van Loof is white. Ain't nobody screaming Katie Van Loof should be a top player in the WNBA. It's not that. Christy Wallace is white. And what were we legitimately crying for Christy Wallace all year to put her on the bench? We do not want to see Christy Wallace play ever. The Australian team, we took the Australian team 2 games. Christy Wallace was on the bench. Katie Lou, we like Katie Lou. Katie Lou is white. By the end of the year, Katie Lou couldn't hit a pond with a pebble. At the end of the year, Katie Lou couldn't skip a rock across the pond to the last game they played the worst team in the league. But other than that, she couldn't skip a pond. And we're like, man, y'all need to sit Katie Lou down. Delissa Smith is black. And guess what? We wanted Delissa Smith to sit down. We wanted Lexa Hall. Why did we want Lexi Hall? Because she got out there, she gave us her all, and she hit shots, and she played big, and she was out there hustling. And we was like, dog, that girl's a hustler. She was going against the best player every night, defending him one-on-one, and getting beat a lot of nights, but she kept sticking her nose in here. She kept running, getting rebounds out of nowhere. She kept hitting three. She went and became the number 1 3-point percentage shooter in the league, and we was like, yo, Lexi Hall. We love Lexi. Paige Buckets is white. She's coming in. We ain't gonna be like, oh, we don't like Paige Buckets. And listen, before anybody else takes my Paige Buckets, I need to go ahead and get, baby, we need to go ahead and get that copy written. Paige Buckets. We need to get trademark. I'm sorry, we need to get trademark. Paige Buckets trademark as King Joe was the first person y'all heard somebody call Paige Buckets. This is the stupidity that we keep hearing for people, and this is consistently what they keep saying. Let's see if y'all can hear more.
To have someone come in who has been amazing for the game, for the sport, of her own volition, worked really hard in Caitlyn Clark, but to have this group of people come in and immediately invalidate the contributions of all of these women before her simply because they don't know, that's what's been frustrating.
See, there we go. There's the ignorance. There's the ignorance. We're going to invalidate all these players before us simply because we don't know. Simply because we're ignorant. And we do know. We see these players. We kept telling y'all for months, well, for the month, that they selected the Olympic team. We told y'all for a solid month, Caitlyn Clark need to be a part of the Olympic team. We told y'all for a solid month, Arike Agumawale. I be getting that mixed up with Agumake. I be wanting to say Agumake so bad. But Arike Agumawale, she should have been a part of the Olympic team. We've been saying that. It wasn't just we would say, listen, we saw the Olympic team and we said, how, Sway? Chelsea Gray played all year. She only played 8 games and got selected. She can't move laterally. Guess what they said in the last game that New York won? Chelsea Gray couldn't guard anybody. Of course, we said that during the year. We were saying that during the year. Who was the first person? I told y'all at the beginning of the year. Everyone's talking about Angel Wilson. I said Angel Wilson's not winning the championship this year. I'm looking at her team and how it's constructed. She's not winning the championship. 0. And what? Angel, man, I promise you I'm going to do the best. As soon as the years, I'm going to do the best of King Joe and this WNBA season. And y'all going to see all the stuff that I called ahead of time. And I'll tell you, I said, no, she's not. Oh, Angel Wilson and they're number 3 and number 2 in the league. And I'm like, man, they are not winning the championship this year. You're not winning. And then, too, they act like it's not an appreciation of the old guard. We do appreciate the old guard. I remember the Houston Comets. Do you? I remember Teresa Witherspoon, Cheryl Swoops. Cynthia Cooper was the Jordan for the first 4 years. We remember that. We remember the WNBA really wanted it set up between Los Angeles with Lisa Leslie and Rebecca Lobo. We remember that. With Teresa Witherspoon as the point guard. We remember those. We remember those players. We remember Dawn Staley. We remember the Dream Team. I'm old enough to remember the Dream Team in 1992. We remember how dominant they were. We remember the Catalyst. We remember those things. We remember that Cheryl Swoop on the Dream Team was the one. But when she got to Houston, it was Cynthia Cooper. It was Cynthia Cooper. We remember that. It was not Cheryl Swoop. People don't remember. When the WNBA started for the Dream Team, everybody's talking about Cheryl Swoop. I remember she was on what was the box? They don't have it anymore. What's the sports box they used to have back in the day, Ella? with the cereal, I cannot believe I cannot think of the name of the sports box. The cereal they used to have. They used to always have a sports character on there. She was on the box of Wheaties. Wheaties. She was on the box of Wheaties, right? We remember that with Cynthia Cooper. I mean, not Cynthia Cooper. We remember that was Cheryl Swoops. Cheryl Swoops was the face of the 1992 Olympic team. But when she got in the WNBA and it was the Houston Comets, the face was Cynthia Cooper. Cynthia Cooper was out there balling. We was not calling Cheryl Swoops Jordan. That was Cynthia Cooper. We remember that. Very much so. But you want to say we're ignorant. Mike split. That's crazy, David. That's crazy.
So yes, people are going to talk about it more, but oh my God, please just educate yourself so that you can have bad takes that involve basketball.
So what's your excuse for having bad takes, Elle Duncan? What's your excuse? Since we're uneducated, we're racist, we're chauvinist. Thick. Oh, what's your? Hey, the only story I remember is what was the dude that won all the gold medals in swimming? Okay, man, I'm having such a brain freeze. I'm so excited. I'm upset. Oh God, they call him the human fish. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He said Bruce Jenner. It definitely wasn't Bruce Jenner. Definitely wasn't Bruce Jenner. That was Bruce Jenner. But Michael Phelps. Okay, there we go. Michael Phelps. But what I'm trying to say, like, come on. You gave us all these excuses why we would give bad takes. Why have you been giving bad takes all year? Elle Duncan. I told you it's an elitist attitude.
And not bad takes that send racism and misogyny into the timelines of these women. It's unfair.
Everybody's way too online, man. Caitlyn Clark is the person a lot of people have been waiting their whole lives for. They didn't even know it, but apparently they've been waiting their entire whole lives for. And she seems to be handling it way better than anybody else involved in this whole thing. But I look at it and I wonder who's having fun this year.
Man, Caitlyn Clark had a blast this year. She had a blast. After once she got her break, once she got her break and she recognized that she remembered that she was Caitlyn Clark. All right. Well, once she got a break and she remembered who she was, Caitlyn Clark had a blast. A freaking blast. Ooh. I'm finna go because I want to come back and do another show. I want to talk about why. Listen, y'all got to stay with me. I want to talk about why the WNBA is entitled like they are. Why they have the attitude. Why the WNBA players, and it's not all of them. We don't want to stereotype. It's a small select group of WNBA players. And why the WNBA players don't care about the WNBA. And it has a lot to do with this young lady right here, Gabby Williams. And she was trying to tell us something. She was trying to share something with us. And I had to sit down and think about it. And I said, oh, nobody else has said that. I'm going to come back. Matter of fact, I'm going to end this live and give me about, let me say hi to my wife and kiss my wife a little bit. And then give me about an hour. I'm gonna be back at 10:30. And we're gonna talk about why WNBA acts the way that, why the WNBA players, the WNBA PA acts the way they act. Why they don't mind dissing fans, why they don't mind putting their agenda first. We'll talk about why. And it has to do with one word. And I'll tell you what the word is that they have. I'll tell you what the word is in the next show. Thank you guys so much. I don't know what Elle Duncan was talking about. Elle, listen, okay, we might not follow as close as you do, which we do. Because the crazy thing is this: the media has to understand now, and this is something Mitch said, it's something Ben Daniel said also. We're just as good as with analytics as you guys are. Matter of fact, you guys are getting a lot of your because Ben was wrong on this one, though, VVS. You got to tell Ben you was wrong. KD said it first. When she talked about the Reese's Pieces, that's KD. Aguma K, the Reese's Pieces, that's KD all day. Everybody knows that's KD. Even when she talked about Caitlyn Clark with the S on the chest, Caitlyn Clark with the S on the chest, that's KD. Now you're gonna hear everybody start doing now with the Nets, you're gonna hear them come against KD again when they start talking about from the months. Ow. Now you're gonna start saying it. You're gonna hear them start talking about, you're gonna hear them start doing the KD. Right? You're gonna start hearing them do the KD. It's gonna happen. Right? You're gonna start hearing them start saying the new one. You're gonna hear them start doing the introduction. Born January 22nd, 2002, for the month's hour. Played at Iowa State, the all-time scoring NCAA scoring champion. 6 foot, 152 pounds, point guard from the Indiana Fever. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it to the one, the only, the queen herself, Queen Caitlyn Elizabeth Clark. Oh yeah, you're gonna start hearing it. You're gonna start hearing people saying that. You're gonna start hearing it. Just understand who said it first. Just understand. Listen, man, I appreciate you guys for doing it. If you don't mind, hit the like and subscribe. We back, baby. We back like we never left. Oh, man, we got so much to talk about. I'm going to catch the second half of this Lakers game. I'm going to be back tonight, and we're going to talk about why the WNBA, why their attitude is the way it is. Why the WNBA PA, the Players Association, why their attitude is where that, and what it has to do with Caitlyn, Gabby Williams, Asia Wilson, and the rest of the league, why they're acting this way. Why the WNBA act this way. We're going to talk about that coming up really, really, really soon. Thank you guys so much for taking time to be with me today. I'm your guy. I'm your host, KD. From Dublin, in Georgia. Listen, our prayers, our thoughts go out to all those involved with Hurricane Milton. Man, Tampa's ugly. We're actually trying to get some things down, some supplies and different things. We're trying to see how we can help and partner with some people to try to help and get some supplies. I got family and friends down that way. Man, make sure you guys, our prayers, our thoughts, and our finances are with those recovering. Also, those recovering out of North Carolina, Georgia, Hurricane Helene. Once again, our thoughts and our prayers and our finances go out to them also. Listen, the best, I always said, the people used to make, and I used to ask the question too, when Trump used to say, let's make America great again. And people used to say, well, when has America ever been great? Right? And then it's like during this situation here, and I said in the show one time, we're our greatest when we come together. When we get past all the political mumbo jumbo, we get past all the racial mumbo jumbo, and we really sit there and have a heart to help each other and help people in the spirit. That's when we're our greatest. So listen, go for your goals. Don't ever stop going for your goals. You're going to reach them. And guess what? Success is going to look amazing on you. I'm KD. If you don't mind hitting the like and subscribe, I appreciate it. Much love. Till next time. Why are the WNBA players so entitled? Why is their attitude like they are? We'll talk about that coming up. KD, peace. Thanks, Dave. I appreciate it. Don't forget to get the new KD. No, they're not the KDs. The new DeJours. Yeah, they're coming real soon. Dropping. Y'all look out for the new shoe dropping real soon. It's gonna be crazy. That's That's right. Designed by yours truly. Make sure y'all pick it up. It'll be on the website coming out real soon. Coming soon. So y'all look out for those. Man, we got a lot going on. Give me that. The new Detroit coming real soon. So y'all look out for those. Y'all look out for the new things that we got going on. Please, please, thank you so much for your support. Those that's been asking for the new merch, it's coming. The joy, it's coming. That's right. We got our sneaker program coming. And man, we want you guys to make sure y'all support the joy clothing and apparel. It's going to be amazing. I'm talking about we coming. We're coming. The ultimate life trend is this your baby. Let's go. To everyone in the chat, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Thanks, Dave.
Everybody talking about us. BLG walking the God we trust. As long as our name is listed in the book, we good. Everybody talking about us. BLG walking the God we trust. As long as our name is listed in the book, we good.